Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about microlearning. What is it? What are some of the key things you've got to understand about it, and why it's a fantastic methodology when you're building your first course, you're leading to a successful membership-based website. Got a ton of experience in this. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. So you've heard this term micro-learning, and you've heard that it's a great concept for somebody trying to build their first course or a number of courses, but you quite don't understand what the term really means. Now, in this video, I'm just going to give you a really quick intro to the concept. Basically, it comes from the 19th century from a small group of psychologists. The concept's laid a little bit dormant. And then after the Second World War, in the beginning of the 1960s, it came back into some slight vogue. I think this was around the concept of learning through the Open University and some other television-based distance learning concepts that emerged in that period around television, radio. Um, but it wasn't really come burst out, as you could say, until the internet, until the mid to late 90s. And then it really started to get some traction. And then what really put the gasoline on the fire was mobile. Um, because the concept really, the two, the physical device with internet, with micro learning, really do collide and become very attractive. So the basic concept is to break something down into a what is called a micro learning event. Now, the concept of how we learn, how memory works, is that we forget concepts quite quickly. That if you try and explain something and put too many concepts in one learning experience, that they will probably forget. Let's say you've got four concepts, it's very likely that the individual is going to, unless they come back, come back, come back, it's very unlikely they're going to remember the first three concepts. Most people only remember the last concept. So it's probably better to have only one concept or at the most two concepts and break up something into small micro learning events. Now, this is a great concept, and it, like I say, it really fits into mobile micro learning when people, adults, individuals haven't got an enormous amount of time and they're trying to get as much value out of their training, their learning time as possible. What it isn't very good at is really explaining con complicated concepts. Um, Basically, somebody has to reread, think, go back, think, go back. But on the other hand, if you're dealing with something that can be broken down into micro learning events and lead to a final outcome, this is a very strong and powerful concept that has been proven to work. So it's a balance. You've really got to look at your content and really work. Can I break this down into micro learning events? And by that concept, will the individual be able to master the end result that we're looking for the student to achieve? Or it's not a suitable concept. We need to go back to what I call a more traditional model of learning. But I want to point out that it's not black and white. You can combine the two into a hybrid, and that probably is the best way to go with this based on my experience. In any course, there will be elements that can be taught using micro learning, and there will be other parts of the course that are going to have to be taught in a more um, traditional mode, as I call. And you can do that online as long as you're aware of the different concepts and you combine and you give warning to your students which bit they're entering in, and you provide the right materials. You can still have a very successful outcome for your students. I've seen loads of people go too far with micro learning, try to break down something that wasn't suitable for it, and it's actually made the course less effective. I've seen others that really the concept didn't appeal to them, and they're just gone the more traditional route, as I call it, and that hasn't worked out very effectively for them. So you really got to think about this and really look at your own course content and work out, is this path the most suitable or the other path, or combining the two together. Now, I've written an article, you find the link in the video description, that goes into this in a lot more detail. I wanted this video to be a quick intro and give you a quick outline of the main concept, a bit of micro learning. And like I say, you find a lot more information in the article. You can also leave any questions in the comments and I try and answer all questions. And if you did find this video helpful, think about subscribing to the channel. That really does help the channel and myself with YouTube. And give us a thumbs up. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.